I'm John Dawson, and this week on Friendswood Update, we'll take a trip to the fire station and we'll look at the new computers at the high school.
I'm Charlotte Stephens. Also, we'll be looking at the sights and sounds of Christmas in Friendswood. These stories and more next on Friendswood Update.
Last Tuesday, there was a meeting at the Board of Education building. Among the members of the board were Bill Todd, President, Ted Thomas, Superintendent, and Walter Wilson, Assistant Superintendent. The meeting was held mainly to review and approve the payment of bills, to approve the tax assessor, review the financial statement, approve an annual performance report, to review the audit report for the 1989-1990 school year, and also to consider the contract for collection of delinquent taxes.
Last week, Friendswood Mayor Paul Schrader was in Houston attending the convention of the National League of Cities. The annual event had nearly 4,000 government leaders from around the nation. The purpose of the convention was to discuss a range of topics that affect their cities. There were several speakers at the convention, including Mayor David Dinkins of New York. The conference also included many workshops looking into long-standing concerns of a city, such as municipal financing and solid waste disposal.
Our Friendswood Volunteer Fire Department is getting ready for the Christmas holidays. Christmas time is a dangerous time of year because of Christmas lights on dry trees. Jared Holbert follows this report.
Jared Holbrook, and I'm here at the Friendswood Fire Department, and we're going to show you how prepared our firemen are for the Christmas holidays.
I've been a volunteer here in Friendswood off and on since 1976, with breaks to go to college and also for a stint in the Army.
Is Christmas a busy time of year for you guys here?
Not so much with structure fires or anything like that. We get a lot of major accidents here. We get a structure fire every now and then. Most of what we have during Christmas time is grass fires because the grass is dried and it's dead, so it means it's all like leaves laying on the ground. It's real easy to catch fire, and small fires get to big fires.
When we arrived at the fire station, an emergency call of an automobile accident was reported in the nearby area. The volunteer fire department left with one fire truck, one rescue fire truck, and one ambulance. They were gone in a hurry. Also, when we were there, Mr. Mark Favors educated us by giving us a grand tour of the fire station. He told us that the fire truck cost about $125,000 and the equipment cost $20,000 to $50,000. Mr. Mark Favors also showed us how they work some of their equipment.
We're running off of a fire hydrant. The large diameter hose that's on the back will come into here from the fire hydrant, goes into the pump, and is sent back out through increased pressure through your discharge lines, either through here.
Reporting on the fire department, this is Jared Holbrook, MCS News.
The 5th annual lighting of the trees ceremony was held on Monday night. 5 trees were decorated by different churches were lit. Several people spoke, including Mayor Paul Schrader and John Weiss, the Young Life leader. A singing presentation was given by the Challenger Choir along with a countdown of the lighting. A special appearance was given by the big man in red. Santa Claus was given an escort by the Friendswood Volunteer Fire Department. Santa read a list of a few good boys and girls and then asked them what they wanted for Christmas.
This year, there are many Christmas celebrations. Last weekend, the popular Yule Tide Festival Parade took place on Friendswood Drive. I took a camera out to the parade and put together this photo essay.
Friendswood High School is a very active student council. The student council is the backbone of the school. They meet on every other Monday. At 6:30 last Monday, student council officers, representatives, and others attended a meeting in the new mall. Senior Karen Pelkey brought up the idea of having a talent show. The students discussed this and other ideas, including Toys for Tots. Soon after, President of Student Council, Ryan Taylor, adjourned the meeting. After the meeting, members signed the attendance sheet.
Tuesday was the last day for students to get their ID cards made. Cards were done in Miss Moffitt's room during lunch from 12:45 to 1:30. IDs cost $3. Students had their pictures taken and then received a color-coded card denoting which grade they were in. These were then laminated together to form the ID. ID cards are now a mandatory requirement for all students. Student IDs are also required when leaving campus during lunch. Students called without an ID when returning from lunch will now receive a Saturday D-Hall.
Yesterday was College Day. Juniors and seniors had the opportunity to get information from about 45 different schools. The senior visited the different booths of their choice from 9 to 10, and the juniors went from 10 to 11. College Day is a source of ideas for college-bound students. Colleges from UT to A&M have responded, and the turnout was good.
Every week, the Computer Club meets to discuss the latest activities in computer technology. Today, they are meeting at lunch in the computer room to discuss computer viruses. Computer Club is for those students interested in computer field and would like to learn more about it with hands-on experience. At past meetings, they have talked about programming, computer graphics, and the way computers operate. With the addition of new computers to the computer room that has recently received, the club should be more productive.
For a long time, our schools have been accustomed to the Apple II computers in computer math. Mrs. Wentz's computer math classes just received new computers. They are IBM clones complete with a hard drive, monitor, printer, and keyboard. There are now 9 computers. All of the old Apples went to the math department and the computer center where they will aid the teachers in their teachings.
Adam Hill is in the auditorium where the choir is getting ready for tonight's Christmas choir concert. How are things down there, Adam?
Well, John, as you can see, the high school choir has been practicing for a while, and it proves to be ready for tonight. The concert will start at 7:30 and will be broadcasted live on MCS. I'm here with Christy Hughes and John Reckworth. Christy, tell me, what can we expect to see tonight?
Christmas songs. Lots of Christmas songs. I'm really excited. It's my senior year. I've been doing this since junior high. It's a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun with it.
Thank you. John, is this going to be the average show, or will it be something really to see?
Well, it'll be a lot different than any other years because the choir's a lot bigger and there's a lot of young talent and freshmen, and there's even a ventriloquist.
Well, thank you. So, John, as you can see, it's going to be a good show.
So, Adam, are there going to be any soloists tonight?
Yes, John. I've counted on the program 7. So there should be quite a few solos and duets.
Okay, how does Miss Cueto, the director there, feel about tonight's concert?
Well, John, I talked to her earlier, and she quoted, I quote, she said, "I am comfortable, yet spazzed," unquote. So I think she's pretty comfortable. She sounded pretty confident.
Okay, good job, Adam. Thanks for your report.
Last Friday after school, the traditional senior tree went up in the old mall. John Dawson, senior class officer, was in charge of picking out the tree, which was purchased at the Sunlight Mission. However, there was a little trouble getting the tree to stand straight in the display area.
Well, right now we have a problem with the angle that it's at. One way it's straight, the other way it's crooked, so then we get it straight the other way, it's crooked the other way, so we'll get it figured out, no problem.
After a little effort, the tree stood straight. The 200 lights were then put on, and all the stars with the names of the seniors were hung on the tree.